Finder cuts jobs. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your ice-cold stein of water and let's discuss an article about Finder where they've, let go a lot of their staff, or 15% in a restructure. Now, we're familiar with Finder. We will often look at some of their surveys that they put out there looking at particular things. I think the last we looked at was the number of people who lied on their home loan application. It's proud to be an Australian, guys, isn't it? So let's look at this one. Finder staff shocked by the abrupt job cuts as 15% of business is restructured. Now, I mean, that's the thing. If you lose your job suddenly, that can be pretty tough, particularly if, the climate that we have now. I'm hoping some of these people weren't the young ones that jumped in on the property FOMO, bought in, and now, are in a bit of trouble. The Australian company has suddenly cut jobs, leaving staff devastated by the abrupt sackings, which have sent shockwaves through the business. Yeah, if you haven't lost your job and in your business that's cut this many people, I'd be looking around. I don't know about you. It's been a long time since I've worked for another company like that, but you can't trust them, can you, when they've cut that many? Yet another Australian tech company has had to cut jobs as the global tech wreck worsens amid tough market conditions. Well, did Finder man up during the lockdowns? We found a lot of businesses increase their staffing during the lockdowns, and then reality hit. Demand for their services crashed. I mean, I'm assuming Finder demand would have increased with online traffic like everyone else. But on Thursday, comparison website finder.com.au laid off a number of staff across its global operations, including in Australia. In all, 15% of Finder's staff have been caught up in the company's restructuring, a spokesperson confirmed to news.com.au on Friday. So is that 15% fired? I'd bet a carton that it probably is. Finder employed about 500 people globally prior to the redundancy rounds. Contractors, freelancers, and permanent full-time workers have been impacted. One of those affected staff members is videographer Tobias Venus, who worked at Finder for more than 4 years and was then abruptly dropped in a move he said was shocking. I and quite a few others. I'm tired today, guys. Been doing concrete all day. You know what's more fun than doing concreting yourself, mixing it yourself, is in a heat wave. And you find out afterwards it's a heat wave. So he's made redundant at Finder, he wrote on Twitter. I've been at Finder for over 4 years, and to be let go so abruptly is frankly pretty devastating and kind of shocking because it really came out of nowhere. That's the reality of it. When people seem to think that they've got job security, you can just be let go like that. That's just how it is. When they tell you your family, all of these things, it's all bullshit. It all goes out the window. A videographer, though, he should be able to get another job pretty quick, or he should have some side hustles earning a bit of extra cash, hopefully. There are currently 4 jobs being advertised for the company, but only one in Australia in its Sydney office. The others are roles based in the Philippines, UK, and Poland. A Finder spokesperson said 15% of staff were being cut or redeployed as part of the company's restructuring. Our immediate priority as a company is very much to support impacted crew, they told news.com.au. Really? I mean, they've fired you. How are they going to? They can't support you anymore. You support people by giving them money giving them a job. Maybe I'm just too old and cynical, guys. We will continue to do everything we can. Well, no, you can't. You're not doing everything you can. You've fired them. You're not giving them a job. Including career well-being and financial support. Well, what? You're going to pay the redundancies that you're legally required to pay them? To help anyone who may leave Finder to thrive in what comes next. We remain firmly focused on the future growth of the comparison business in our core markets and building our membership proposition. I guess do businesses have to join Finder to be part of the comparison pool? I mean, hey, it's a business. Finder has had a tough few months, reportedly enduring a loss of $27 million for the 2022 financial year, down considerably from the year before when it made a $1.6 million profit. That is huge. What the hell did they do? $26 million down from 1.6. So was that 1.6 just a rare pump because of the extra traffic due to lockdowns? It also took a punt on cryptocurrency that did not pay off by a long shot. Yes, oh boy. The firm launched Finder Earn, a way for customers to invest in a stable coin and earn a 4% return, or in some cases 6% in November 2021, right before the crypto crash, which has yet to recover. Yeah, I mean, this is, at least their returns were not as stupid as some of the other ones, but still, I mean, Finder shouldn't be in this business, should they? It just shows you crypto, doesn't it? It shows you. In December last year, the Australian Securities and Investment Commission commenced civil proceedings in the federal court against Finder regarding their new cryptocurrency product. ASIC alleged the company provided unlicensed financial services, breaching product disclosure requirements, and failed to comply with design and distribution obligations. The Finder Earn product was closed last month in what the company claimed was a strategic business decision due to rising interest rates, making the product less attractive. I mean, they're just trying to make a buck, aren't they, like everyone else? Although crypto has bounced a little bit right now. Bitcoin's at, 23,000 when I checked, so... But still, I mean, it's far from the first company to be suckered into the so-called tech meltdown. On Tuesday, PayPal slashed its global headcount by 2,000, 7% of its workforce. Amazon chief executive Andy Jassy told employees the company would act on the findings of a recent review, cutting more than 18,000 jobs, 6% of the online retail giant's global corporate workforce. Google's parent company Alphabet also enacted large-scale restructuring, announcing that 12,000 jobs would be cut globally, despite it earning more than $7 billion in Australia in 2021, while Alphabet's third quarter sales globally topped $57.27 billion. Meanwhile, Facebook's parent company, founded by Zuckerberg, announced the first layoff of its 18-year history in November, cutting 13% of its workforce, about 11,000 jobs. Global software giant Salesforce announced in January it would cut 8,000 employees in the biggest round of layoffs in its 24-year history, after letting go about 1,000 people in a round of redundancies in November. Australian startup and tech companies have also had to shed staff to survive turbulent market conditions. An Australian social media startup called Linktree, that was recently valued at $1.78 billion, sacked 17% of staff from its global operations. And there was Australian healthcare startup Eucalyptus that provides treatments for obesity, acne, and erectile dysfunction. I remember that. We read about that one. They don't give advice on the keto diet, do they? But you can't really make money off that, can you? Which fired up to 20% of the staff after an investment firm pulled its funding at the last minute. You know, a good treatment for erectile issues might be carnivore diet. You know, if you've got problems getting it hard, give that a try, lads. Before you do something unnatural, just eat meat. Eat lots of meat. This is advice from a father of 6. Debt collection startup Indebted let go of 40% of employees just before the end of the financial year, despite its valuation. Yeah, but the valuation doesn't mean shit. The valuation is not an accurate representation of the viability of the company. It's just pipe dreams. That's what it is. The growing list of redundancies has also included Australian buy now, pay later provider Bright that offered money for home improvements. I remember that one. 15% of its staff in June. And BizPay cut 30% of its workforce. Shit, you'd hate to be in this tech sector, wouldn't you guys? Because you're just getting shed like nothing. There's bleeding everywhere. Well, let's have a bit of a talk about this. So Finder's restructuring 15% of their workforce. I mean, you got to feel sorry for the guy that's been there 4 years and was shocked. You probably didn't see it coming. Here's the thing, guys. When you're working for any big corporation like that, it's a business relationship. You've got to treat it like that. You've got to understand nothing's permanent. And there could be, from day to day, a complete change. Management could come in, clean house, and they have to make changes, and sometimes have to cut people. That's just how it is. Don't believe them when they tell you your family, your friends, your all this shit. Don't believe any of that. Prioritize yourself and your family first. Okay? Good luck to everyone who's lost their jobs. Hopefully it'll be okay. As always, thanks for watching. Check out HeiseBim and Heise Does for other content I create. If you're a fan and want to support us, you can financially on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. And if you've lost your job, first thing to do is cut all the subscriptions, cut all the Patreons and things that you do. You don't need, that's luxury. You got to save for tough times. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode of Heise Says. Bye for now. Can't believe I'm doing concrete in a heat wave. Just my luck, eh? I've got to adjust the camera. There we go. For the next video, I'll fix that.